welcome y'all to the ReachOut Roundtable. My name is Honey Lee. I am your host. Thank y'all for joining us today. I'm very excited for our special guest today, but before I introduce them, I just want to say that the ReachOut Roundtable is an extension of the ReachOut Organization. And we have a mission to effectively educate others and build community through at least one act of community service per month. And so we decided to extend our platform into a podcast so that we can use our platform to educate others about all the different perspectives there are and some solutions to any of the problems that they feel are going on around them. So we thank y'all again for joining us, and we hope that you enjoy the podcast. I'm so excited to introduce the group, members of the group Words Or Less. I've had some good times with them, some laughs, and yes, if y'all would go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself. Thank y'all for coming today.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate you.
Go crazy, wall in the house.
So what's going on, everybody? My name is Tommy. I go by Tommy with a plus. That is plus, and like the addition sign, OMM with a plus, WITHAPLUS. You feel me? Whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a boogie with a hoodie. You feel me? You feel me? Like a pimp named Slickback. You heard me say?
P.O.P. hold it down.
Hold it down.
Like this.
Everybody, I am Chris Cameron, AKC Vibes, the vibes, you feel me? Just trying to be vibrant out here, spreading peace, love, and positivity.
Yes, sir.
John Tay. My artist name is Period Perk Period. I'm from Kansas City, and looking for prosperity and abundance. That's me.
Yeah.
We need all that. Well, that's what's up. Again, thank y'all so much. I know y'all be busy. I know y'all on your grind and working hard every single day. So I just really appreciate y'all time. And I just want to start by
always got to take time for that.
Yes, respect. That's true, y'all. Chris, KC Vibes is my brother. We go way back. Good times and bad times, you know. Sometimes I'd be a little hard on him, which, you know, it's all love, you know. But yeah. But yeah, can y'all just start out by saying how Words Or Less started and how y'all met each other and your individual roles as in Words Or Less?
I heard how you started that. That's that CEO talk.
Bro, chill out. So I created West, or I guess the idea of Words around 2017. And it was basically after I finished playing football, I just had a shoulder surgery. I tore my labrum. And so that was my first time not having sports in my life, and just figuring out what the food after that looked like. I tried to do the regular student thing. It didn't really work out. Tried some odd-end jobs. I worked at Chipotle for 3 days. I quit because the fast food thing really wasn't for me. And then I worked at Macy's for like a month and a half, 2 months. I did fine jewelry. That was all right, but I ended up stopped doing that. It was seasonal. And then after that, I started doing entrepreneurial work, independent business stuff. And then I started doing promoting for clubs and venues and stuff like that. And first mentor, basically, he brought the idea to me that I needed to figure out how to brand or define myself. And I wanted to do in an expressive way for people who enjoyed expressing themselves through art, whether it be music or painting, drawing, dancing, whatever the art style. So then I created Words or Less. I met Chris in high school.
Yes, sir.
Graduated from good old Edwardsville class of 2015.
Back in the days of the white Impala. The freestyling in the whip.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Man, like there would be days we get out of school, get in the car. I'm just trying to listen to some music, man. He beats like, come on, let's freestyle. I'm like, I don't know, like that wasn't really my bag back then. You feel me?
Yeah, I had some lost files.
But yeah, man, like way back, way back. way back.
High school days.
Yeah, but after that, we both ended up going to school in Kansas. He went to Independence, but I went to Butler. But every time like we would link up, my man's always had a new song. Like I was always like I loved his music even back in high school.
Yeah.
And so one summer, I made a transfer to my school out in New Mexico, and he was working on music. This was when he started. He was working more on Words or Less, like really building it up, getting the foundation together. And my role initially was supposed to be something totally different. I thought I was going to be the face of the athletic portion of Less,
which will be coming soon. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. We'll keep it under wraps right now. But so we were in the living room, and I was like, bro, you write me a verse, I get on a song with you, and we can take it to the stew. And then he was like, I'm not gonna write your verse. I'm like, what you mean? Like, just write it for me. He was like, no, you gonna if you want to be on a song, you're gonna sit in this living room and you're gonna work on a song with me. And it probably took us like 4 or 5 minutes. Like, literally, it was crazy how we just cooked that up, and we wrote our first song, Signs, which we released that 3 years ago.
Yeah,
about 3.
Y'all can find that on SoundCloud. You hear me? That was before we was big dog on.
Yeah, that before the Chris Cameron days.
Before the music videos, before the you feel me? The greatness. Before we got a couple stars underneath our belt. That was the cassette tape days for us moderners.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that song, and I always forget the name. What's that song you did, Chris? Where oh my goodness, they had the really dope cover art. You had like the the Jose and all like the different emojis.
Oh, talking about the infamous egotistical Quagmire.
Yes. I didn't want to say it wrong. Yes, that's the one. I remember that one too. I was just they into it.
Yeah. That was like after that summer when I had first started with Tommy, I ended up moving out to New Mexico for school. And so I was still only looking at music as like a hobby then, as like it just started to grow and progress. And I had a experience, I won't go too into detail experience, that set me off, and Quagmire came about, and I realized this music life was what I wanted.
What's up?
Easy. So I met Tommy in college, playing football at Independence, and we ended up going to the same next college. We went to Missouri Southern after that, but we didn't know that we were going to be there together, and we had just happened to see each other. And then from there, we had moved in together, and it's kind of just been inseparable since. I grew up listening to, grew up being in choir in grade school all the way up to high school. So I've always had like a background of singing. And so that's why I love to sing, and that's why I do on a lot of our tracks now. But for a long time, probably like whenever we first got together in Missouri Southern, I wasn't really into music or trying to make music, because I was into the football, But then, after we stopped playing football, I just had to feel my motivation or just my creativity somehow, and then it just ended up being fueled by music again. So ever since then, we've just been taking off.
That's nice. That's
beautifully put.
Yeah, and y'all are definitely taking off.
Absolutely.
I really love watching the growth. I love, being the big sister because I get the sneak peeks, I get the special tracks. So I love when y'all send me the links and I get to hear what y'all are working with. And I just showed somebody the song Feel It in the Air today and they were really rocking with it. So I love being able to also just play on music to put other people on. Um, but I did want to ask y'all,
Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's thank you so much.
Love.
but I did want to ask y'all, what is it like? What are the pros and cons of working together? Because I know sometimes it's not always good to mix business and family or business and friends. So how do y'all make sure you keep your main goal in the focus, if that makes sense? How do y'all rise above the pettiness and continue to work together? Because y'all collaborate very well. So just tell us about that.
Well, I feel like for all of us, first of all, we know each other very well. We're very comfortable with each other. We all have an athletic background. So with that, first off, I feel like we all understand uh, team, and
Yeah.
we understand what it's like to part and play a role in what success looks like for you and for your team. And so I feel like we understand not being in our own way on what that looks like. I feel like we're all very, very creative in our own way.
Mm.
And so I feel like the creative process for us is very open, and it's not competitive like it is with music. With I'll say the tempo of music nowadays, how competitive everything is. I feel like we move at a pace that flows very well with us, and we follow the energy of each other. We play off uh, each other's positives very well, and so I don't I don't believe for us any cons. I'll say if there are any cons, the con would be having confidence and stepping into your role. But I feel like since of us um, that doesn't really become a problem because we always encourage each other, make sure that we do each other very well, very strongly, and we hold each other accountable in a not aggressive way, just just knowing that we're all very capable of
Yeah.
whatever is asked us in creating. So
Yeah, like honestly, I, the bounce off of what Tommy was saying, we all have like our own uniqueness,
Mm-hmm.
like,
For sure.
and our uniqueness has no limitations whatsoever. But everyone knows like what they're bringing to the table each time. Like, hey, this one I'm gonna do, and we're all just so accepted of it, you know. So it's a vibe. It's a vibe when you're also Wool, when you're in the presence of Wool, wherever we're at, like we're just radiating.
That's true. Okay, cool. I really I really like how Tommy said y'all keep each other accountable. And like you said before that, y'all all understand what teamwork is. I think it's important that when you're working with other people, uh, you're able to like minimize your ego and just encourage the people that are working with you, because then that'll help y'all all improve and get better at whatever you're doing, whatever talent you have, or whatever skill you're trying to improve. I think y'all also mentioned that you have to do things that sometimes you're uncomfortable with. And so I think that's definitely one of my personal reasons for doing the podcast, because I'm kind of, I don't know, how do I say this? Um, I I might have an opinion, but I don't feel like that means everybody has to know it. And so just like stepping out of that box and just saying, hey, you have to use your platform in another way because everything's picking up, like the time is now. So I think that's important too. And I guess another question I had for y'all is, when I came there for the 4th of July, y'all were having a firework challenge, or I guess it was a meditation challenge with fireworks. And can y'all talk a little bit about that and like the fast period that y'all were going through, and what y'all learned from that experience?
Yeah, so during that time we were trying to, I'll say that we were trying to in a sense reinvent ourselves. And we were trying to do something different. Like, the norm is just to, or to me it seems like the norm is to, to use drugs or just or anything like that. But like I just said, we smoked a lot, so it was just about trying to change what our dopamine, what made us, what was our motivation. It seemed like our motivation was always towards that rather than what our goal should have been, which is trying to push ourselves with music or anything, or just being better as a person. So we substituted that with meditation, and just trying to get a deeper knowledge of self. And with that, I think that we came out on the other side just kind of understanding ourselves more and understanding each other more with that experience. So yeah.
Yeah, and I would say like it went even further than just like cutting out the smoking or the drinking, sexual urges. Like the list went on to the outside forces that we were detached from. Essentially, like the whole purpose was to detach ourselves from everything, to be truly like a blank sheet of paper, and to look so deep into ourselves to really figure out what our desire, what it was that we're wanting, what is it that we're pursuing, and seeing, okay, now that I have the acknowledgement of what it is, what I have to do to get that. And like when you realize like all the outside forces are like really they're distractions to pull you away from what the main focus is.
Yeah.
And so it was very, very beneficial to reinvent myself initially. Like when people ask, like I say it genuinely, like I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. Like, and I'm proud to say it each and every time. I know that true is within and look outside of myself. And I'm sure we all can agree on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And it got me feeling soulful in here.
Soulful. Mama Badu. Man. Okay, I guess I can ask that. Who are y'all, I guess when y'all first started, who are your biggest inspirations, like different artists that helped you realize, yeah, I wanna do this music thing, or I like their style, I like their flow. I want to be more like
Tommy
them.
with a plus.
You said Tommy with a plus.
I think truthfully, like, yeah, like being Tommy, my relationship with Tommy really is an example of my relationship with music as well. Like, he helped me going even back to high school. Like, I really like paid attention to music at a deeper level, and to see like his passion within like what like motivated him at the time, and how he would be inspired by like different songs. Like we'll listen to a song and remix it, and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
how you do that? We just heard the song yesterday. Like, the song just dropped. You feel me? So like seeing that dynamic of like how he's grown like since high school to now, like was very motivational during the process when I was first coming out. And of course, like growing up, my mom always played R&B music. So like I love R&B. I love soulful music. I like music that I can just relate to on a deeper level, not just the surface.
For sure.
So like that it's not really like a lot of artists I can say because I sample from everything, literally.
You want to go ahead?
Yeah, I think really my inspiration just comes from just where I've been in life. Like I've lived in low poverty areas, lived in rich areas, and that just brings different classes of music. And it's hard for me to really pinpoint one person or one band or anything like that, because it's just like I have a hand and a print in basically every single genre. And I think that just all is just expressed in how I make music.
I like that.
I feel like for me, it's kind of like the same. I feel like one thing obviously we can all relate to is we all off instant have the R&B background because we all have black moms. We all know with the cleaning Saturdays, like I feel the arms going stupid. R&B's going stupid off top.
Okay.
Marie in the kitchen.
What does it do?
The old stuff. It's going cool. So the R&B is going to stick, and then obviously like them as well. I moved around a lot, so just having being in different areas and just different styles of music, hearing for the first time what a band is like, what indie music is like, and then just having a year or two of just consistently listening to that. It was somewhere else and listening to something different. They have different radio stations, so it's just a bunch of different things that are coming in.
For sure.
But it's just it's nice to have always do that. Me personally, I feel like J. Cole has always been a big inspiration for me. I feel like in a lot of ways, how the identity of what Words or Less is came from some of what friends of Dreamer was, in a sense of building an express team of people who don't necessarily look like or express themselves like the typical rapper or typical power, what's hot sensation is doing, but still being able to deliver the same dynamic way of expression. And I feel like for me personally, just like Chris said, a lot of the remixing and doing things, like I feel like I could listen to a lot of things and a lot of times I can just enjoy it for what it was, but always listening to J. Cole, like I'm like, man, I feel like I need to write now. I need to express myself in this moment because the way he just expressed himself in a way that like I've never heard anyone express themselves. I desire to express myself in that same way, but in my way. And so that's always kind of been what kind of pushed that for me and my creative process. How can I express myself in my way of what is a new way of expression, or many ways or unlimited ways of expression, styles, genres, how I desire to put it.
Okay. Awesome. Thank y'all for sharing.
That man just hit me with a whole Kamehameha way.
I just have a few more questions. I have one more question, and then there's a question that's like the question of the month. So my next question is kind of backtracking a little bit. I know I heard y'all mention like being passionate about it and understanding your purpose. So in the beginning, I know Tommy mentioned that he was trying multiple things, but he realized like, nah, this isn't working. This isn't making me happy. So what's some advice or what are some solutions that y'all would give to people listening that feel like they're stuck, or they don't know what their passion is, or if they do know what their passion is, they're not including it in their life in a balanced way, so they're unhappy? What would you tell them so they could turn around and improve?
Off top, hold on, pop the top. You got to get out your own way. Yeah. Like, as I've said before, like you're your own worst enemy at the end of the day. There's nobody else that's plotting against Nobody is waking up in the morning like, that is yourself. You have to be able to remove those outside forces, really pinpoint what you want, and make yourself the focus. Make yourself the focus. At the end of the day, if it's not in alignment, if it doesn't make you feel good, like that's a sign. Hey, leave that alone.
Yeah.
You nature happy.
To love yourself, because you know, if you don't, I feel like a lot of people, when they feel like they don't deserve something, you're not there to push themselves to their desires, because they don't feel like they deserve it, and in which that might not be like forefront, like it's something that you think of every single day that you don't deserve it, but it's just kind of just your actions and how you move and what you're doing. And so, you know, you got to think about, you know, I feel like you have the way to love yourself is to think about yourself and to put yourself first. And, you know what I'm saying? You can't always think about making somebody else's money or doing something for somebody else, but what's gonna do to make you happy. Because then if you're loving yourself, you'll try to strive to make yourself happy rather than somebody else.
Yeah, that's real.
And then I would just say, piggybacking off them, I would just say, mine's kind of two-parted, but one, I would say, be patient with yourself. Be patient with I guess with the process, with the journey, with your experience. Understand that it doesn't happen when you want it to happen, you desire it to happen, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And then I would also say, believe in yourself. The same way that you would put belief in a relationship, or you know, in whatever people desire to put their belief in, put that same energy, that time, that same belief in yourself to execute or to become successful in whatever way you desire it. And understand, with believing in yourself comes that patience. So tie the two together. And then obviously what these two amazing gentlemen said as well.
Honestly, it's crazy where like it seems so complex, but it's so simple.
Right.
It's just
Okay, thank y'all. To close out, we're going to do the question of the month, and it don't have to be like a long extended answer. But my question is, are y'all going to vote in the 2020 election, and why or why not? It's no like right or wrong answer. It's just I've been trying to ask more people that are my age just to see like how we truly feeling about it. Because I do think there's a lot of changes that can be made. So yeah, just trying to get a general understanding.
I would say it's a possibility that I vote, but I will say that really the thing is that, you know, the more important thing to vote for are your local elections.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I understand that, you know, that's the mainstream thing is to think about the presidential, but to be honest, the real change is that you want is to look inside of the things that they're not telling you about, which is those local elections, who's your judge, who's your sheriff. Those are the real things that we should actually be electing and actually paying attention to and studying more, rather than the presidency.
Major key.
I live with him, so I believe the same.
Yeah, me personally, I'll get and say it. I'm still in between.
Right.
In the past, I haven't voted, and I would just say I hold myself accountable for a lot of things. I don't really allow, even though mainstream people are going to say, yes, you have to pay attention. I make myself aware, but I adapt. I adapt however I have to, whatever the situation is, and I'm willing to. But if I feel adamant enough, I might step in. So possibility, but no one says.
Definitely. Awesome. Thank y'all. To close out, y'all want to drop y'all social media and give us maybe a hint of what's coming soon from y'all?
Oh, well, you can go ahead, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am KC Vibes. I just dropped last month 2 months ago, I dropped my first EP, New Rain. And I just dropped the music video for New Rain last week. You feel me? And we got another video on the way. So that's in the vote.
Hey.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. I cannot tell you what that name is. I'm sure I'm gonna have to go. I think Tommy
in the description.
But yeah, I dropped a EP not too long ago, so you can look that up. Okay, yeah, E_4 FOR_place_holder. Yeah, that's kind of long. We're gonna change that one day, but so you feel me? Hey, tap in or tap out, or you can link in with the other ones. You dig?
You can follow me on Instagram at _Tommy with the plus. Unfortunately, Instagram didn't let me do the plus sign, so it's just spelled out TOMMYWITHAPLUS. I dropped a project, an EP, probably about a month ago called It's Me, Believe It or Not. Which, fun fact, I've never said or told anyone, but all those songs they're older songs.
Right.
None of those songs were new. They've been in a vault for a while. I am working on an album currently. I can't say when it'll be out. And me and the boys are doing some indie music work. We're working with a band, Fox Royale, right now. Shout out to Fox Royale.
Oh, Fox Royale.
Oh yeah, everybody. Out of my hands. Everyone go check out Fox Royale. They just dropped a music video.
They dropped their lyric, visual, and their music video. You feel me? Go check that out.
It's called Out of My Hands. And so yeah, so we've been doing a lot of different things in the music game. We got a project coming out ourselves soon. We might drop something soon, just to feed them. We don't know.
We don't know. Like,
just to do it to them.
We don't know. Just to do it to them. You know, sometimes we get a little crazy like that.
We get impatient too.
You know what I'm saying? So
definitely, just know that hashtag. Whoa, it's a lot coming to you.
Hey, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Y'all definitely motivate me to stay on top and just keep going. So thank y'all again so much.